Alright, this is an unedited warcry Barb guide on PD2, Project Diablo 2. So first off, this character is nothing I would suggest to start with, because damage of warcry, which is now changed to level 6, doesn't really scale that well until very late and with a lot of plus skills. I have plus 38 with battle command, which now gives plus skills for every 10 points, so I get 3 extra points. This put me at 41 warcry, and now the damage is almost 6k, and I have almost a full inventory of warcry skillers. So it's not really something you want to start with, but late game it's really fun and very efficient for fast farm runs. Alright, so let's see. Gear. Enigma is something you would want. You can just use Leap. Leap is very good as well. And if you use Gorefoot and Leap, you jump faster, which is another change in this. And that's pretty nice as well, to get you around. I just like the Enigma for teleport to get on targets, stack it with my Merc, which is Act 5 Merc and Act 5 Merc, and now use Maul's Axe and big weapons. So I have almost full IK on him, and E-Bug Fortitude, which you cannot make anymore, by the way. So with the teleport, we can just jump onto mobs, have him hit the ones I want. If I want to just focus a pack, I can teleport in. If I jump in, it's not the same thing, and he doesn't end up where I am. So that's a really nice addition to this build, having Enigma. Very expensive, of course, but it's a nice addition. And I'm using 2 Hodos for the skills. Plus skills scales your damage a lot, so you want at least 2 or 3 plus skills if you can. And you also want to reach breakpoints, which I'll go into later. And this also gives you a lot of resist, so I'm cap resist. Belts, rings, plus the cost rate on everything enough to get you to your at least the 105 breakpoints plus cost rate. At least 105, I think, is a good aim to go for. So with Mage Fist or Trang Gloves is another option here. Rings, you want plus skills if possible. If you don't need plus cost rate, if you need plus cost rate, just get a lot of plus cost rate rings. Belt, Gloom Strap is a plus cost rate option. You could go with defensive options if you have enough, like Dongos or stuff like that, String of Ears maybe. Best in slot would probably be Arax or some other belts, defensive options with plus skill Corrupt. Rings, Wisp is a nice one as well, since you use a lot of mana. If you haven't got Act 2 Merc, as I don't here, then Storm of Jordan would be a really nice option as well. Amulets, Warcries, Maras, lots of cost rate again if you need the breakpoints. Helm, you can use Shaco, you can use Halaber's Rain, you can use a lot of bow helms. Just straight up bow or Warcry helms will boost damage even more. 3 to Warcry, 2 Barbarian, 2 BO perhaps. That would be a really good one. And sort it on that, so you can make either Lore or Delirium in that. It would also increase your damage a lot. By a lot. Boots, defensive options here as well. And this would be the place, if you can, to get Canopy Frozen. You can find them on Rite of Passage has Canopy Frozen. But you would want something, well, like Stone Treks, War Travelers, other defensive options, Alder's Boots perhaps, if you lack fire resist, and try and get Canopy Frozen on those. You cannot get Canopy Frozen elsewhere. I don't have it right now. I'm thinking about putting a Sham in my Shaco, just to get Canopy Frozen. So I don't want to switch out plus cost rate or plus skills. For now, with just Canopy Frozen on like Ravenfrost. So on Switch, I'm using 2 Alibabas. I'm gonna go for 2 6-isted swords. And if you don't have these and you don't have Hodos, Some options are Suicide Branch with skills and 50 cost rate. 2 of those and 1 ring or amulet would get you to the 105 breakpoint. So that's a really good option, although you lose the more skills here. You can also do Wizard Spike. They are really good. If you can get Corrupt 1 skill on Wizard Spike, there you have all your resistances fixed. You have all the mana problems are fixed right away with just 2 Wizard Spikes. And you have that 100 positive cost rate there as well. Like, so good. It's just the skills that's missing. And if you don't have that on Switch, then you can use 2 warcry spears with 3+2 warcries, which is pretty much the same as these, but without all the other stats and positive cost rate. But then you can use those 2 positive cost rate spears to buff yourself, and then switch back to photo. So I'm gonna show you a quick run here. Oh, and the stat distribution, enough in dexterity to wear gear if you need any. If you have a lot of good charms and stuff, and you know your gear pieces are gonna boost it, then you don't have to put anything in dexterity. It's strength, enough for me to wear Enigma, and I think I have a little bit over, so I can use some other stuff or some switches that I had before. But strength enough to wear gear, and then the rest into vitality. And you see with the BO I have now, I have almost 2.5k health, or slightly above. And I'm maxing my BO right now, since you have to max Warcry, and Warcry has so many synergies. So Warcry, Hull, Battlecry are the big synergies, because they give 18%. And then you want to max Battle Command for the 3+ skills, that's very important. Max this after these synergies and Warcry. 1 point here, 1 point there, here, 1 point in the 1 point wonders. Here you could go with a few more points, since every 2 points in this, for example, you get physical damage reduction percentage. This is really nice. But here you want to go Warcry, Hull, Battlecry, Battle Command, and then the rest into BO or Shout. BO is changed from vanilla in the way that it doesn't scale with percentage life. It gives you a flat life boost. Right now mine's giving 515 life, 257 mana. It's pretty good for early levels actually, since you don't have a lot of health, you don't scale that max health percentage. Now you scale health. So it's pretty good actually. Oh, and any physical immunes, Battlecry reduce the resistance. So any physical immunes you encounter, just Battlecry and then Warcry. Then I like to do some find items. For those who don't know, Enigma is nerfed in that it's a blink now instead of teleport, and it has charges that recharge every 8 seconds, and you can stack up to 3 charges. It's still very good, and the stats on the armor itself, it's still nothing to ignore. So here I like to just try and go for all the packs I can. If they didn't have potential. And just keep going. And this is the part where teleporting in with the Merc is really nice. Just teleport in, the Merc does AoE damage since they all melee does splash now. Jump on in. Nothing. Rolling. So here's another pack, another horde. Get a lot of gold. There are some areas where this build really excels. Like Travi is a really good one for just getting cash. With the find item, you have a lot of chances to get good items. Chaos. And as you can see, it's pretty fast when you go solo. Things I would want some more Sorb on the gear as well, and that's why a Wisp Projector would be a really nice option. And the single target damage isn't the highest for bosses, but it's still pretty decent. So you can see here, just battle cry him, then go to town with warcry. You know, Merc has a lot of damage and crushing blows, so he deals with them pretty fast. And oh, we got a map. Triangle gloves. Woo! Time to reroll or slam. This would be the other option for Mage Fist. So this cold rest and defense is really nice, since you don't benefit from fire skills on Barb. These though have mana, which is nice. So it solves some of your mana problems. Options here, Helm, this one, for example. With Barb skills, some BOs. It's not the best for this, but it's still a viable shield. Or helm. So some of the good areas for this Barb is Frigids, since it's such a fast run. Shank and Eldritch. 4. And without Enigma, this is a pretty fast run as well. So this is viable on character without Enigma as well. And for Chaos, you can just go with the leap and jump over the causeway over there. So that's a fast Shank and Bindle. Nail back is another good one. Just make sure your Merc is tanking for it. If you have low risk, then fork away. And then we have Travi. That's another good one. And in this mod, honestly, you might as well just run low cross as well, since it's a very good chance you get items there. It doesn't take too many runs of this to get max cash. You see these forks, you should see a lot of coin drops. But yeah, they drop a lot of coins if you don't get items. At least always coins. So if you wanna gamble a lot or buy materials to reroll maps, then yeah, Travis is a pretty good option for this character. So yeah, options here as well would be, I guess, Chains of Honor. You can do, if you need more cost rate, of course, you can use Spirit Shroud. Spirit Shroud has Cannot Be Frozen, so that is a really good option here as well. You also have Smoke, defensive option. You have Viper Magi, it's a really good option as well with all the rest. Yeah, these can be changed for Suicide Branches, Wizard Spikes, 3 Warcry sticks, but you really want to get that 105 breakpoint. Inventories, a lot of Warcry skillers, Annie Torch, of course, when you can get them. Yeah, I think that's about it for this character. It's a pretty straightforward build. It's kind of strong when you get to a lot of plus skills. As me now, I have 41 plus skills, and now it's pretty decent. So nothing you should start with, I think. I think either Frenzy Barb or the new Whirlwind, perhaps even Leap Attack or Double Throw are better to start with. Then switch over to this when you have enough value to trade for a lot of plus skills here. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you really enjoyed this build, if you try it out. But yeah, it's a bit heavy on the gear. Thanks for watching. See you on the streams.